Always start with the conclusion. Never become someone easy to control. No matter who you're dealing with, family, lovers, friends, classmates, colleagues, bosses, or strangers, you should never show signs of being easily controlled. Nor should you allow yourself to become someone who can be easily manipulated by others. People tend to treat others based on their perceived weaknesses. If you appear easy to manipulate, others will start figuring out ways to control and exploit you. This means that if you lack a strong core, have no firm opinions, or are too timid to express your thoughts, simply follow the crowd or echo what others say. These are all signs of weakness that will only lead you into deeper trouble. The reality is that most people at the bottom of society who have little success exhibit these traits. They completely misunderstand human nature and the subtle tactics that play out in relationships, so they constantly find themselves being controlled and manipulated by others. Sometimes, when chatting with female clients or friends, they often tell me that when they assess a man, they primarily look for two things: whether the man has high value and whether he is easy to control. Many people seek advice on emotional issues and express similar anxieties: the fear that their partner isn't listening to them, that they won't be able to control them, or that their partner might leave them at any time. This anxiety is rooted in the desire to keep the other person from leaving, to maintain control over them. This creates a toxic dynamic where one person is constantly trying to control the other. If you comply and do everything their way, the relationship might appear harmonious on the surface. But if you refuse to follow their lead, conflicts arise, and the relationship quickly deteriorates. I've seen many such dysfunctional relationships and feel pity for those involved. Unless the other person is your subordinate or significantly lower in value than you, it's unrealistic to expect that you'll be able to control them. Many people foolishly try to control someone of higher value or greater capability than themselves, only to end up draining their own energy in the process. On the flip side, those who constantly try to control others often lack self-confidence. They're terrified of being abandoned, believing they can't survive without the other person, especially those who claim they have no sense of security. Insecurity is a sign of a lack of self-confidence, and it often stems from deep-seated feelings of inadequacy. The education and experiences most people receive from childhood create a vicious cycle where everyone is constantly trying to figure out how to control those around them. This mentality is a product of certain cultural influences, where people are taught to tightly grasp those around them, never letting go. In relationships, when one partner cannot control the other, they often turn their controlling tendencies toward their children, resulting in a society where many children are raised to be dependent and unable to live independently.